Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Floyd Fort, your Pelham City Schools Charter System Superintendent, and I want to talk to you just a couple minutes this afternoon about a very important board meeting that our Board of Education had last night. A board meeting where we approved our 2021 school calendar and we decided on our school days on how we are going to go back to school for this coming year. Before I get into that, I want to talk to you about two very important things. One is the census. The census is very, very important. We know that the census is directly correlated to the number of federal dollars that our school system receives and also what the city of Pelham receives. We need these dollars here in Pelham to pave roads, we need them for mental health services, and we certainly need them here in our school system to help supplement our instructional budget. So when you start thinking about the census and you don't want to do it, no, the census is not something to where you're going to get on another jury list or where the IRS will find you or anything like that. What we truly need is for every citizen in Pelham to be counted so that the city of Pelham and Pelham City Schools can get the true number of dollars that we deserve from the federal government. Again, these dollars are directly correlated to the number of people that are counted in the census. So please, I'm begging you, fill out the census if you have not already done it. We need those dollars here in the city of Pelham. The second thing I want to talk to you about is that when we start talking about our back to school plan, this plan is not going to be successful unless we have the full cooperation and collaboration of our community, of our families, of our students, and certainly our teachers and faculty members and administrators as well. It's very important that we collaborate and we cooperate in order to make this happen. Now, we know that to be able to do that, we've got to do three things. We've got to wear a mask, we've got to socially distance, and we've got to wash our hands for at least 20 seconds, and we need to be using hand sanitizer all during the day. And we do know that if we do these three things, that we're going to be able to mitigate or reduce the amount of spread here in Pelham City Schools that will, and thus reduce the amount of spread in the city of Pelham and our greater community. Now we know that Pelham City Schools has lived by the mantra for the last few years being the system of choice. We're the system of choice because we have children that come here from 9 different school districts. So it must be something here that our community members and our families believe is very important. And we want to try and live up to that expectation by providing a very, very safe environment for your children, and also an environment where we have a very robust education. And that's what we intend to do. We're going to have new protocols and new procedures going in. Let me start with some of the protocols that we're going to need collaboration and cooperation with you. First is wearing masks on buses. We're going to require as a school district that all children wear a mask on a bus. Second, all children will need to wear a mask to get into the school building. Children will be screened to get into the school building. They will have their temperature checked, and they will also be asked questions to determine if whether or not they've been around somebody positive or if they have any symptoms. And then third, when they get into the halls and in the common areas, they're going to be required to wear a mask, and they will be expected to wear a mask in the classrooms as well. For teachers, faculty and staff, administrators, we will be required to wear a mask to get in the building when we're going through our screening procedure. We will be required to wear a mask in the halls and the common areas, and we will be expected to wear a mask in the classrooms as well. And we believe if we wear masks, then we're going to help mitigate the spread. The second thing is we're going to require that we socially distance. And in a minute, I'm going to show you our calendar where we have divided our groups of children into 2 different groups. And the primary purpose for that is so that we can socially distance here in the schools. In other words, if a teacher had 20 kids in a classroom last year, she would have 10 kids in a class this year. We will be able to provide true socially distancing. And then third, we're going to have new protocols in place, and we're going to teach our faculty members, our staff members, and certainly our students that when you walk into a classroom, you will use hand sanitizer. When you leave a classroom, you will use hand sanitizer. And we're going to have our desks set up such that when children change classes, they will not sit in a desk that another child has sat in the previous period. So we're putting in many new protocols all about protecting your children and trying to do our utmost to prevent the spread of COVID-19 here in Pelham City Schools. Now I want to show you our new calendar for this coming year. This is the new 2020-2021 calendar. As you can see, there are several colors on it. The red color is for teacher planning days. The green color is for when no one will be in school, neither teachers nor students. The blue color will be for one group of children. The gold color will be for another group of children. All right, I'm going to jump out of this just a second. Okay, what we're going to do is divide the children up into two different groups. We're going to have one group that's the blue group and one group that's the gold group. And our staff members have already done this. And we're going to be letting you know in the next couple of days what group you fall into. So if you're not satisfied with that group, then you can provide a waiver and get into the other group. All family members will be expected to attend in the same group unless a parent asks for a waiver to divide their children up. Now, one group, the blue group, will be coming to school the first day, August 31st, and they will go to school August 31st and September 1st. And then we will have a no school day. That'll be Wednesday. And then the gold group will come on Thursday and Friday. All right, so that will be our hybrid model. That'll be a model where children come to school for 2 days, and then they have 3 days at home doing virtual instruction. So the blue group, for example, would come to school on August 31st and September 1st, and then they would have September 2nd, 3rd, and 4th to do virtual instruction at home on a device. And if they don't have a device, they would actually use a paper pencil packet of material. The other group would stay home on Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they would come to school on Thursday and Friday. And they would have virtual instruction days on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, where they can either tune in to the lessons that the teachers are providing to the other group or actually do work online correlated to the standards that are being addressed at that time. This is only one model, the hybrid model. We're also going to have an all virtual model. And the all virtual model will be for those students and for the parents of students that aren't comfortable sending their children back to school just yet. Now, we understand that, and we're going to do our utmost to provide a very robust online model where for those students that do not come to school, they can stay home and get the instruction there and do all their work virtually. Now, we're going to go into this calendar very cautiously. We're going to work it very effectively, and we're going to do our best to make it work. Again, it's all about collaboration and cooperation with all of our community partners. I will say that this is something that we're going to go into and do it for the first 6-7 weeks of the school year, and we're going to see how it works. And if it works well, and there continues to be a high risk of spread in our community, we're going to continue to do it. If it doesn't work well and we can't make it work, then we're going to tweak it and figure out what we've got to do to make it work. But if we find out that the community spread has gone down, well, instead of having school on 2 days a week, then we could just tell all children, or let all children know that they can come on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday and Friday. And we believe that right now, as it is, we would still want that one day a week, that Wednesday day, to spray down the entire school district with a disinfectant to try and help kill the virus if there's any existent in the buildings, kill that virus so that it does not continue to spread. That's one thing that we are really passionate about right now is the safety and well-being of your children. And that's why we've tried to provide a calendar that divides the children up in half so that we can truly provide social distancing, both on the buses and in the classrooms, and also provide hand sanitizer. And then also we want to do the health screening and wearing a mask. And we believe if we do these things, we can provide a safe, healthy environment for your children. And we can also be able to do our job to provide a robust instruction and education for your child. And one thing I've got to do as superintendent, I have got to protect our faculty and staff. And I know we can't have school if I can't keep my teachers and our administrators in the buildings. And that's why we have put these procedures and this model in place so that we can reduce the spread by social distancing and by using masks and using hand sanitizer. We're going to ask that we have full cooperation from our community. Now, as I summarize today, one thing I want to do, if you haven't done the census, please go back and do the census. It's not going to cost anything. It won't take you but just 4 or 5 minutes. You can do it online. If you do not have it available, come to the school district, ask for one of our people in the front office, and we will set you up to where you can do it in just a matter of minutes. Second, we're going to need collaboration, cooperation from all of our community members, our stakeholders, our students, our families. We have got to look after each other. And I want to take just this minute to say, we have got to rise to the risk. We know the risk of COVID-19. We know it's a monster. We know it's impacted many of our family members. We know people that have passed away from it. So we know it's real. And we can't just say that it doesn't exist. But there is a very big risk involved here. But it's going to take our whole community to step up and rise to that risk and do the things that we need to do to keep COVID-19 from spreading in Pelham and in Mitchell County and in our greater community. I have seen many posts on social media where people are praying for our school district. They're praying for the administrators. They're praying for our Board of Education. Well, just know that the decisions that we're making, we realize they're not going to make everybody happy. But we're making decisions that what we feel will be in the best interest of the safety of our people and the safety of your children, and therefore would be for the safety of our entire area. So keep that in mind. Our Board of Education has risen to the risk to make a very bold statement by approving a calendar that is very innovative. They've stepped outside the lines a little bit, but they believe that we're providing a calendar and a protocol in our schools that are going to protect your children and protect ourselves. So again, thank you for the prayers. I hope this video does you some good. You will be able to access the calendar online on Facebook and also at our webpage at www.pelham-city.k12.ga.us. Have a great Friday afternoon. Have a great weekend. And know, August 17th, our teachers, faculty, staff will be coming back, and they're going to be prepared for your children so that when they come back on August 31st, we'll be ready and ready to go to provide you the safest environment for your children and also the most robust education they can find in our area. Thank you for your support and have a great afternoon.